A cinder-block gym in Louisiana, lit by buzzing fluorescent tubes. The varsity referee working tonight will clear $31. 25 years from now, if he survives every cut, the same person will stand on an NBA Finals hardwood and earn $29,000 for 48 minutes. 200,000 officials in America, 74 staff jobs in the NBA, 12 final spots. Every call you make along the way is graded on video. And the man reviewing your last whistle at the top once walked this exact same ladder. If you like breakdowns of how careers actually progress, like and subscribe so you don't miss the next one. Level 1. The High School Stripes. You're 22 years old. You pay a $60 association fee, and you buy $200 worth of gear, a Fox 40 whistle, black pants, and a polyester striped shirt that itches by the second quarter. You sit through 12 weeks of IAABO rules class, 2 nights a week in a middle school cafeteria, learning the NFHS rulebook line by line. You take a written exam, a floor test in front of older refs, and if you pass, they hand you a varsity assignment sheet. Your first varsity game pays $31. Louisiana rates. 2 states over, Texas pays $55. In New York City public schools, it's $105. You drive 45 minutes through back roads, park behind a cinder-block gym, and duck in through the boiler room door because there is no locker room for officials. You change in a storage closet next to the mop bucket, tie your shoes on an overturned milk crate, and walk out to a court with 60 people in the bleachers. The JV game starts at 5:30, varsity at 7. A mother in the front row is screaming at you from the opening tip. You blow the first whistle on a reach-in foul. The coach throws his arms up, and you hold your ground because that's the job. You work the book at halftime for a scorer who's a retired teacher, and you drink from the gym water fountain because the concession stand stopped serving at 8. On a good night, you work 2 games back-to-back JV plus varsity and clear $62 before gas. On weekends, you work AAU in a rec center that runs games every 40 minutes. 6 games a day at $30 a pop, towel around your neck, no time between whistles. Your IAABO card has your board number and your years of service printed on the front. You're on year 1. You study the rulebook in your truck between games, scrawl notes in the margins about backcourt violations and player control fouls. Your assigner is a man named Larry who controls the schedule for 43 schools, and his list of reliable officials is the only list that matters. Over a full 16-week high school season working 3 nights a week, you clear about $3,800 before taxes and mileage. It takes most refs 5 years at this level before a college assigner ever calls. Larry hands you a flyer for a NAIA summer camp. 200 officials, 40 college coordinators watching from the stands. You write the $300 registration check. You pack the gym bag the night before, climb into your truck at 4 in the morning, and drive 4 hours to find out if you belong on the next rung. Level 2. The Small College Climb. The NAIA Summer Camp runs 4 days in a mid-sized college gym with 40 conference coordinators watching from the upper rows. Day 1 is the fitness test, a timed mile and a shuttle run, and if you don't pass, your camp is over before it starts. You work 4 games a day in front of men who control every Division III, Division II, and small conference Division I schedule in the country. Each coordinator carries a yellow legal pad and writes down your number after every play. A senior evaluator pulls you aside at lunch, shows you a play on a laptop, and says you missed a secondary defender in the restricted area. You nod, you absorb it, and you don't make that mistake again for the rest of camp. 3 weeks later, a coordinator sends you an assignment sheet for 18 Division III games at $135 a game. The gyms are nicer now. Actual locker rooms, a printed program, a scoreboard that works. Pre-game meeting is 20 minutes behind a closed door with your crew, lead, trail, center, and you learn 3-person mechanics from scratch. The 2 head coaches come by the locker room, shake hands, remind you their point guard likes to draw charges. Tip-off. You're in the trail. You call a block charge at the top of the key, and the home bench erupts. The home coach walks all the way to center court to argue. You give him 1 warning. He steps over the coaching box line again. You tee him up. Your first technical. Post-game, your crew chief debriefs you for 40 minutes over bad pizza in the locker room. Every summer you spend $4,000 on 3 more camps, chasing a Division II invite. By year 8, you're working Division 2. $500 a game, weekend travel, hotel reimbursement on conference games. You cover JUCO midweek for $300 a game because your assigner expects you to fill the schedule. You rent a car in Cleveland at 10 at night, sleep in a Hampton Inn next to the highway, and work a noon tip the next day. Your mileage log for the year reads 62,000 miles. You file taxes as an independent contractor, you buy your own health insurance, you own every hotel night. A coordinator calls in May and tells you a mid-major Division I conference wants to try you out on 3 non-conference games. $800 a game. A real charter. Your first Division I tip-off is against a team that will appear on ESPN tomorrow. You walk out of the tunnel into a 4,000-seat arena, spot a broadcast camera tracking you to center court, and take one deep breath before the first whistle. 10 years in the job, one rung to go before the big time. Level 3, the Power 5 whistle. You're 33 years old, 12 years in, and your first ACC assignment just landed in your inbox. $3,700 per game, same rate across every Power 6 conference, Big 10, Big 12, Big East, SEC, Pac-12. You can work 90-plus games in a season. That's over $300,000, and you're still an independent contractor. Your January calendar reads 26 games in 25 different cities across 31 days. You fly commercial, coach class. TSA PreCheck is the single most valuable thing you own, and your rolling suitcase never unpacks between December and March. Sunday in Chapel Hill, North Carolina. Tuesday in Lexington against a top 10 team. Thursday night in Lubbock at a Big 12 arena. Saturday in Gainesville with 2 days off after. You walk into an arena with 20,000 people screaming and 4 cameras tracking every step. Pre-game, you study 6 plays from each team on a tablet. How their star drives, how their coach argues, who sells contact. Your crew chief is a 30-year veteran who assigns you the trail, sets the tone, and reminds you the home team has had 11 calls go against them at the rim this season. Tip-off. Duke versus Carolina, 7:30 Eastern, national broadcast. You call a shooting foul in the first minute. 20,000 people boo you at once. Your face shows nothing. At the first media timeout, the home coach is already screaming at your crew chief. 7 minutes in, you get a charge block call at the restricted area. Secondary defender is 1 foot inside the arc. Block. The home crowd loses it. The visiting coach signals a challenge with the swirling index finger. You walk to the replay monitor at the scorer's table, strap on the black wireless headset, and watch the play in slow motion 1 frame at a time. The call on the floor stands. Halftime. Your crew goes to the locker room, reviews 4 plays, adjusts rotations for the second half. The visiting team goes on a 12-point run. The home coach earns a technical. You call the technical without hesitating. The game is tied with 90 seconds left, and every call is now on the last 2-minute report that the league will publish tomorrow morning. Every call, every non-call, graded publicly. Last possession, drive to the rim. Contact, your whistle stays silent. You ruled verticality. The home team loses by 2. You walk off through a wall of noise, straight to the locker room. In March, if your grades are high enough, you work the NCAA tournament. Selection Sunday, the supervisor calls. First and second round pay $2,500. Sweet 16, $3,000. Final 4, $3,500 a game. The 24-hour rule means you can't work another tournament game the night before an assignment. You work the Sweet 16 in Louisville. A buzzer beater call you make gets replayed 30 times on ESPN the next morning. By year 15, top Division I referees earn $300,000 to $400,000 a year. Most of them run a second business in the off-season, a roofing company, a car dealership, a summer officiating camp. And somewhere in the upper bowl of your next game, a retired NBA referee is sitting with a notebook, quietly watching every call you make. Level 4. The G League Audition. You're 38. The NBA has invited you to officiate Summer League in Las Vegas. 5 days, 4 games a day, 81 officials on the floor, every one of them being watched by league front office staff. The games are at Thomas & Mack and Cox Pavilion on the UNLV campus. Your morning starts at 8 a.m. with a 90-minute classroom session led by the head of referee development. He plays 3 clips of NBA plays. He asks you to rule on each one out loud in front of 40 peers. You get the call in September. 1-year G League contract. Full union membership. $425 to $600 per game. Roughly $50,000 annualized. G League arenas seat 4,000 to 8,000 people. Half empty most nights. Bright lights. Sparse crowd. Local broadcast. 1 camera. 1 announcer. Pre-game prep is identical to the NBA. Video study. Scouting report. Ball handlers to watch. Coaches likely to argue. You work a Tuesday in Iowa, a Wednesday in Texas, laundry in a hotel basement Thursday morning, a Friday night tip in Delaware. The Winter Showcase in Las Vegas in December is the single biggest audition of the year. All 30 G League teams play over 4 days. The league office scouts every official. After every game, you get a call-by-call evaluation from a former NBA referee now working as a training supervisor. You log into the Reps app on your phone, and there's your grade. Every call. Every non-call. About 1 in 5 G League officials ever gets promoted to the NBA staff. Every summer, the league puts you through a fitness test. A timed mile, shuttle runs, lateral quickness drills. Fail it, and you're off the list. Your hotel room routine ends at midnight with a 40-minute video review of your own game. You flag a missed secondary defender ruling from the second quarter. You write it into your own journal before bed. Year 3 in the G League. The phone rings at 7 a.m. on a Tuesday in October. The caller is the head of NBA referee operations. You hear him say hello, your last name, and 1 sentence, "Congratulations. You're being added to the NBA staff." You sit down in your kitchen because your legs don't quite work. 17 years of driving, flying, and getting graded. 74 spots on Earth. You have 1 of them. Level 5. The NBA Staff Rookie. Orientation is in Secaucus, New Jersey at the NBA Replay Center. 3 days. Rulebook, mechanics, league philosophy. Your rookie salary is somewhere between $150,000 and $250,000. Full employee, not contractor. Health, dental, vision, a pension plan, a travel allowance, and a per diem for every road day. There are 74 full-time NBA referees on staff. You are number 74. You get a jersey number, number 56. You'll wear it on your back for the rest of your career. Your first assignment is a preseason game in October, Oklahoma City against Memphis. You walk out of the tunnel into an 18,000-seat arena. The Jumbotron is the size of a small house. Your first whistle in the NBA is an out-of-bounds call, 4 minutes into the first quarter. The crowd noise hits a wall you've never felt at any level below this. You work 70 to 80 games out of 82. You fly commercial, not team charter. You sleep alone in hotel rooms 25 nights a month from October to June. Thanksgiving is a road game. Christmas is a road game. New Year's is a road game. Your kids grow up watching you through a phone screen. Every call you make is reviewed on video within 24 hours. Graded, scored, filed. The internal rankings are visible to every ref. You know where you stand every week. In November, you give your first technical to a first-team All-NBA guard for getting in your face after a no-call. He stares at you. You do not look away. You call a foul on a legendary head coach's point guard in the 4th quarter, and the coach is off the bench screaming before the ball is in the air for a free throw. Pre-game prep for every NBA game. 40 minutes of video the day before, a full walkthrough with your crew, a scouting report on every star's tendencies. You run 4 to 5 miles every game night. Sprints and stops, lateral moves, back pedals. In the off-season, you train with kettlebells, rowing machines, and a personal fitness coach. Your first full season ends without an invite to the playoffs. Rookies almost never get one. In July, you go back to Las Vegas for Summer League, this time as a veteran teaching the next wave of G League officials. Year 2, you work 80 games. Year 3, you work 81. The job is consistency. In April of Year 3, you get an email from the league office. Your name is on the list of 36 officials selected for the first round of the playoffs. First round playoff pay jumps to $9,000 a game, and only the top half of your group advances to the second round. Level 6. The Crew Chief. 15 years in the NBA, you've worked the first round for 9 consecutive seasons. The league promotes you to Crew Chief. You run the 3-person crew now. You set pregame, you handle replay, you speak for the officials to the coaches. Your base salary has climbed to over $500,000, and the top earners on staff pull $700,000 to $900,000, including playoff bonuses. You brief 2 younger officials in a locker room before tip-off, rotation assignments, coaches, tendencies, a specific call on the points of emphasis memo that the league sent that week. After every game, both coaches fill out a survey grading you. It goes straight to the head of refereeing operations. Starting in November 2025, you wear a headset during the game. The replay center in Secaucus is in your ear during every stoppage. Hawkeye camera tracking, accurate to 1/10 of an inch, is reviewing the same play you are. You advance to the conference semifinals. 30 officials make it. Per game pay climbs into the mid-teens. Then the conference finals. 20-something thousand per game. A conference finals possession, 18 seconds left, tied, 1 foul to give. A star drives. You call the foul. You walk to the replay monitor, headset on. Announcer voice in your ear. Crowd screaming. You confirm the call clearly, announce the ruling to the arena. The losing team's coach walks past you on the way to the locker room and says nothing. That's the sharpest feedback you can get. 2 days later, the league announces the 12 officials selected for the NBA Finals. Your name is on the list. You receive a white finals warm-up jacket. It's the most coveted piece of clothing in your profession. Your phone rings for an hour with calls from college coordinators, former crew chiefs, your first high school assigner from 30 years ago. You sit alone in a hotel room the night before Game 1, watching 10 plays on the tablet for the 40th time. Game 1 of the NBA Finals. You walk onto a finals court under spotlights, anthem playing, 92 million viewers watching. Your first whistle in an NBA Finals game is a defensive 3-second violation. 4 minutes in, clean signal, clean mechanic. The crowd barely notices. Exactly the point. Level 7, the Finals Game 7. The series is tied 3-3. You've worked 4 of the first 6. Game 7 in the NBA Finals pays approximately $29,000. 48 minutes of basketball. Only 24 referees in league history have ever worked a Finals Game 7. Pre-game meeting, 3 hours before tip-off. Crew chief, you, and 1 other veteran, plus an alternate. You've watched every minute of the previous 6 games. 12 player tendencies committed to memory. Every coach's challenge pattern mapped. You know which superstar sells contact on 3-point attempts, which big man flops on post entries, which guard always drops his shoulder into a defender on drives. You walk through the tunnel, 90 minutes before tip to the officials, locker room jersey number 56 hanging in the stall. You tape your ankles, you tie your shoes. You pack 4 spare whistles into your belt pouch. The anthem plays. 92 million people tune in. You stand at center court under a spotlight. Tip-off of Game 7 happens at 9 Eastern. The first 2 minutes pass with 0 whistles. Both teams are playing clean and hard. Your first foul call is at the 6-minute mark of the first quarter. You get it correct. The L2M report will confirm that tomorrow. 4th quarter. 48 seconds left. The home team is down 2. The superstar attacks the rim. Contact. A defender goes up vertically. You swallow the whistle. Verticality. The home coach is 40 feet away screaming at you. You do not turn your head. Next possession, the visiting team inbounds, holds the ball at half court to runtime and gets fouled with 19 seconds left. 2 free throws. Both good. 4-point lead. The final buzzer sounds across the arena. Gold and silver confetti falls from the rafters. You shake your crew chief's hand at half court, walk off through the confetti, straight into the tunnel, straight into the shower. Tomorrow morning, the league publishes the last 2-minute report. Every call graded. Every non-call graded. Your accuracy comes in above 97%. You are now one of fewer than 30 referees alive who have officiated an NBA Finals Game 7. And there is 1 cut left above you. A cinder-block gym in Louisiana at dusk. Pull-down scoreboard. 60 people in the bleachers. You are 58 years old. You retired from the NBA last June after 22 seasons, 11 finals, 2 Game 7s. The league hired you as a scout and developer. Senior Vice President of Referee Operations reports to the head of basketball operations. Your salary is mid-six figures and you no longer travel to officiate a single game. You sit in the upper bleachers of the same kind of gym you worked in year one, watching a 23-year-old round-headed ref with a Fox 40 on her lanyard and a striped shirt that still itches at the collar. You have a spiral notebook. You write down her number. You watch her call a block charge near the baseline, cleanly, with her crew chief 12 feet away. You nod once from the upper bleachers. 36 years ago, you sat in a similar gym with a similar flyer in your pocket, a similar assigner in a nearby town, and $4,000 of your own money set aside for the next summer camp. The league will scout about 4,000 officials across all levels this year. 100 will make the grassroots camp, 50 the mid-level, 30 the elite camp. 4 to 13 will be hired to the G League. Only 74 will ever hold an NBA staff job. Maybe this young ref will get the call. Maybe she won't. The email you'll send to the league office tomorrow morning, grading the calls she made tonight, will sit in her inbox with a single numeric score beside each play. The same kind of email another retired referee once sent you from a gym not far from here on a Tuesday night 25 years ago. No one tells you this part when you're 22. The climb ends and you become the ladder. You missed 22 Thanksgivings, 21 Christmases, every one of your daughter's birthdays under 12. You missed the tooth fairy twice and a first step once. What you kept is a jersey number, a whistle in a shadow box, a pension, and a ring that says the league gave you the biggest game in the sport 7 times. 22 years, 1,300 regular season games, 170 playoff games, 74 jobs on earth. One of them was yours. The young ref blows her whistle for halftime. She walks off the floor and glances up at the bleachers. She sees a 58-year-old man with a spiral notebook. She has no idea who you are. You nod once, just like someone nodded to you in a cinder-block gym in 1994. She nods back, even though she doesn't understand why. You close the notebook, and you go home.